What's going on, E-Unit? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Mav, bringing you to the curtain call of my top 10 rap and R&B albums of the 2000s list. And I gotta give a special warning about this because, like, I don't want you guys to take this 09 list as serious as the other 9, because 2009 was a big blur to me, and I spent literally the latter half of that year mourning the passing of Michael Jackson. So I didn't really like go out and get no albums or anything like that. I was just at my house on my computer, you know, listening to all of Michael Jackson's catalog, watching documentaries, all of that to honor his memory. So musically I was not as heavily inclined, but when I did get my ears to the radio, I did hear some pretty good stuff. You know what I'm saying? It took me until like a whole year later to come and revisit these albums. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I wasn't so keen on these albums in the time that they came out, and because of Michael Jackson passing away. Plus, I have to admit, looking back at this year, this is also, I'm gonna just say this right now, 2009 is the definition of mid. It's the definition of mid. Okay? Like, every album in here, like, this list will probably be the most fluid list I do. Like, any one of these albums could be could be 10th, and any of these albums could be 1, and any of these albums could be freaking number 1 or honorable mention. And these albums could suffice, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'll be open to all the smoke too. I'll be open to all the smoke too. But yeah, 2009, man. What a blur. What a freaking blur. Anyway, now before I dive into the list, man, there's something I want to show y'all specifically that I did leave out of 2008. Alrighty, so I forgot to mention Mariah's EMC Squared for 2008. You know what I'm saying? Probably because I only forgot about it because, you know, Touch My Body, it was on there. You know what I'm saying? And that was on the radio like daily at a point. You know what I mean? And like the other albums I put on there my 08 list had a lot more filler that was better. But anyway, we're going to keep it moving. Like I said, I mean, the criteria and all of that is still the same. But I'm going to just keep it a buck still. This list is very fluid. Either one of these could be numbered. Just because they're numbered, the numbers don't carry no value here, man. The numbers don't carry no value. And even the honorable mentions don't really carry no value, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the 2009 for music was just a mid-ass year, bro. Like, any one of these could be best. So anyway, starting off with number 10. We got Rated R by Rihanna. You know, there's one reason why I put this song on here, and it's because of how banging of a single Rude Boy was. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't escape it around this time. You know what I'm saying? Rated R was definitely a bombastic release. I want to say this was also the beginning. This was also the beginning of like Riri's meteoric rise from being just, you know, a moderate R&B singer to like a worldwide sensation. Like, this was the beginning of her. Because, like, remember what I said in the last video when I said it took me until like closer to the 2010s to really dive into Rihanna like that? Yeah, this is one of those albums that I caught wind of. But if you thought this album was good, Loud would do 10 times better. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, Russian Roulette was alright. So Hard, yeah. It's decent, but it got annoying after a while. And then all the other singles were solid too, but yeah. Riri didn't really was starting to get into her stride around this time. Shout out Riri. Anyway, number 9, we got Rick Ross, Deeper Than Rap. Like I said, there's only 2 reasons why I put this album here. It's because of Maybach Music 2 and my personal favorite song off this album, Swimming in Your Women, Champagne Sipping, New emblem with 2 words of it. This pimpin' is so magnificent. Stop dreaming it, I'm living it. I can show you, I can show ya. That beat to that is cold too. But yeah, like, I also like Usual Suspects with Nas and Kevin Costner on it. But other than that, this album doesn't really have too much to write home about, man. Like, you know, this album is the personification of 2009. It's mid. You know what I'm saying? All this is mid. Anyway, moving on. Number 8. We got DNA by Mario. I already know what you're thinking. You're thinking I only like this album because of one song. Loving you, loving you, loving you. When I'm loving you, loving you. Why would you wanna break up? Do anything for you. Why would you wanna break up? See, I be driving through your hood. Why would you wanna break up? You may be familiar, but to me, you're a model. Everything that I ever seen in a model. If you leaving, don't leave me till tomorrow. Tonight we gon' get a little tipsy with a bottle. You gon' give me up, I'm gon' take them down. I'ma change my ways, we gon' work now. Girl, it wouldn't be the same if you was with somebody else. Girl, it wouldn't be the same if I was with somebody else. I know I made mistakes before, promise you won't get hurt no more. I got what you like and you know. Once you lay down, it's so loving you, loving you, loving you. When I'm loving you, loving you. Why would you wanna break up? Anyway, let me stop. I do like Thinking About You. That's pretty good. That and Get Out, Starlight was pretty good. Ooh Baby. But my favorite out of all the fillers is I Choose You, man, because it's so heartfelt, man. Mario is definitely in his bag still, but remember, this list is fluid. Ain't much to write home about. It's 2009. Forgive me if I sound like Prim for a second, but anyway. Going in at number 7, we got Before I Self-Destruct by 50 Cent. Now, this is one of the albums that my family had in its rotation. You know what I'm saying? Cause like we were still hardcore 50 Cent fans, and we were just happy to hear anything. You know what I mean? This album is not as great as his previous 3 works. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, 2009 was the definition of mid, but for what it was worth, I still enjoy some stuff. You know what I'm saying? I still enjoy some stuff from this album. It's just that it wasn't hitting as hard. Like, you know, Baby by Me is a decent single, you know what I'm saying? But the best single on here is Do You Think About Me? Especially with the version with him and Warren G. Do you think about me? We used to be friends. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Okay, You're Right was alright. So Disrespectful and Death to My Enemies was pretty decent. You know, it's 2009, bro. I'm gonna just keep saying it for every album I put on here. It's 2009. Coming in at number 6, we have Ready by Trey Songz. Ready by Trey Songz. I already know what you're thinking. I put this on here because of Say I. Everybody say I. And as popular as that was, that one of my favorite songs was the album. My favorite song on this album actually is The Neighbors Know My Name. Y'all know how smooth of a joint that is, man? That shit is legendary. You know what I mean? Like, think about it. Have you ever been to a lady house and y'all tearing it up so bad that the walls were so thin? That's what he was writing home about. But yeah, man. I Invented Sex, Successful, I Need a Girl were also decent singles, but nothing too hard to write home about. You know, I kind of wish the filler could have been just a little bit better than what I got. Because, like, you know, out of One Love and Does He Do It, is there any really there isn't too much to write home about when it comes to the filler. But then again, this album came out in 2009. The very next album, in my opinion, that Trey Songz will release next will be his best album. But anyway, coming in at number 5, we have Jay-Z's The Blueprint 3. Remember, I said this is fluid, so if you think it's number 1, I'm not going to get mad at you. If you think it's trash, I'm not going to get mad at you, because I don't really care too much for this album. I really don't. Like, you know, Death of Autotune is hit or miss, depending on who you talk to. Me, I'm indifferent to it. I do like Forever Young. I think that's a pretty solid song. But the best of all the singles are A Star Is Born and On to the Next One. Empire State of Mind was cool, but like it got overplayed and it got annoying really quick for me. So that's why I ended up not liking it as much. You know what I'm saying? And then like we talked about that for us. What else was on here? I really didn't like Run This Town either. I thought it wasn't all that great. You know what I'm saying? Run This Town. I especially do not like music video because it's just very, very dark and too edgy. I'm like, this is totally not Jay-Z. What the hell? But yeah, man. Other than that, man, everything else on this album is kind of forgettable. But like I said, it's 2009, bro. It's 2009. We're coming in at number 4, second best R&B album, but it ain't really because this list is very fluid. It's Alicia Keys' Element of Freedom. I really do like Unthinkable. I'm ready. If you ask me, I'm ready. I really do like that song. Empire State of Mind Part 2 isn't as annoying as Part 1, and it appears on this record, so I'll give it a nod, but the best single on this album is Try Sleeping with a Broken Heart. Tonight, I'm gonna find a way to make it without you. But yeah, man, apart from that, man, I can't really find too much to write home about for this album. Like, a lot of the fillers for this stuff is mid at best. It's mid at best, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't wrap my mind around some of the sonic and some of the production on this, because I felt like Alicia Keys in her previous albums had way better production. You know what I'm saying? Like, the production, I felt a little less. Her vocals and her lyrics were hit or miss, but the production on some of these songs was not that great. It just wasn't as memorable as I wished it to be, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah. But apart from that, man, I only go back to this album because of Try Sleeping with a Broken Heart. But anyway, alrighty, we're gonna get to the second best rap album of the list, but this list is very fluid because it's 2009. 2009 is the definition of mid, but this is an album I also very much enjoyed. We got Wale's Attention Deficit. The first half of this album, from Triumph all the way to like Chillin' with Lady Gaga, is fire, bro. Like the first 10, 11, 12 tracks. Actually, no. The first 10 tracks on this album, you know, you go through it, especially that World Tour joint with Jasmine Sullivan and Mirrors with Bun B. Mama Told Me. Triumph was a great opener. You know what I'm saying? The 9210, 90210 was fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, Wale definitely did put his foot in the game, man. And he would only get better after this. You know what I mean? Like, tell you the truth, Wale is one of the most underrated lyricists of this new generation. in the late 2000s and early 2010s. He's one of the most underrated lyricists, man. Y'all gotta give Wale his flowers. For real, for real. Y'all gotta give Wale his flowers. But yeah, man. Now, we're gonna go through with some honorable mentions, but to be honest, any one of these could have made the list. Because it's 2009. Okay? It's 2009. Jeremiah's Jeremiah. You already know the reason I put this joint on here. It's because of Girl, you know I. Anyway, let me stop. Melanie Fiona's The Bridge. This is like a decent debut. But like this album pretty much gave rise to the modern neo soul wave. You know what I'm saying? That she would go on to featurely present in the next album. Because like this was like her on the launch pad. You know what I'm saying? And then like Melanie's next album, which had 4 a.m. on it, would skyrocket her to the moon. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta give Melanie Fiona, you know, her flowers, man. Like her and Jasmine Sullivan, you know, definitely, you know, set the tone for like R&B in the early 2010s, late 2000s. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, shout out Melanie Fiona. We have Maxwell, Black Summer's Night. Could have made the list, but I felt like some parts of this wasn't very polished. But for what it was worth, I did really like This Is the Highest Cost. Take you and break you off. Love you and leave you lost. Will you forgive me? Asked out all over town. Trust you, it takes a while. Sometimes it will you forgive me? I can't control the feeling, girl, cause I know you're here. I can feel you from the floor to the ceiling. I can feel you when you comb your hair. But yeah, man, we got Robin Thicke, Sex Therapy, and this is only mentioned because of how hard the title track goes. Cry if you want to, scream if you want to, give me sex therapy, give me sex therapy. Anyway, we got Snoop Dogg's Malice in Wonderland. This album may not have hit as hard as some of his previous projects, but then again, it's 2009. Okay, I do like Gangsta Love, and I do like his version of I Wanna Rock. It is definitely a million times better than Rob Bass's, by the way, because, you know, Snoopy Doopy got them bars for shizzle. You know what I'm saying? I even like the song where dude's like, you make me say, you make me say, I just love the piano in the back on that. Yeah, some of the production on there was pretty fire. You know what I'm saying? And then like the only parts I didn't like was the latter half of the album, man. But anyway, shout out Snoopy Doopy, Uncle Snoop. And then we got Relapse by Eminem. I thought that this wasn't like terrible, but it's like on a lyrical level, it's like in that same category as Encore, to where I had fun listening to the bars, but the styles could have been more improved. Like, I did like Bad Pipes and Bad Dad, even though it was just a funny diss track towards Mariah Carey, but more on that later. Kid Cudi's Man on the Moon 1. You know what I'm saying? I admit I'm not the biggest Kid Cudi fan. I hate to admit it because I know Kid Cudi is well beloved, but I'm not the biggest Kid Cudi fan whatsoever. But this was a decent first project for him, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we all remember Day and Night. I toss and turn, I invest in my mind. Madman's a man that keeps attracting me. I try to run, but see, I'm not that fast. I fake a first, but usually finish last. Cause Day and Night, the Lone Stoner seems to free his mind at night. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, great single. One of the more memorable joints. I did not like that techno remix that much, man. Like, certain things just don't need to be remixed. But anyway, Loso's Way by Fabulous. This is 2009, y'all. 2009. I just gotta say this. Outside of nah, 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 just throw it in the bag. Nah, 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 just throw it in the bag. Hardly anything is, noteworthy. You know what I'm saying? Fabulous's lyricism hasn't changed, but like, I felt like a lot of these tracks were just forgettable. And I'm gonna get a dishonorable mention out the way. Ooh, I never took this rapper seriously. And I hate to admit this because one of my favorite songs to dance to is in this damn project, but I did not like Roots by Flo Rida. I'm not the biggest Flo Rida fan either, but he did make some pretty poppin' party joints. But like, my thing with rappers like him, you only get the album for the hits. You don't get the album for a whole album, brother. And he only had one good hit, and that was "You Spin My Head Right Round when you go down, down." We gotta thank him for introducing Kesha to the world for us, because Kesha was on the hook. You spin my head right round when you go down. But the rest of this album is hot garbage. This nigga is trash.
That shit was trash, my nigga. You consistently drop the trash.
But yeah, man. Sorry, Flo Rida. And if you're fans of him, no offense, but your boy is not that great of a rapper. He's a great hit maker, just not a true hip hop MC. Anyways, the best album, the best R&B album, but then again, either one could be, because it is 2009. It's 2009. We gonna talk about my girl Mariah Carey with Memoirs of an Imperfect Angel. This joint is awesome, especially Hate You, Candy Bling, Standing O, Up on My Face. Oh my gosh, I didn't even get into the hits. I mean, first of all, Obsessed is a banger, and it was a nice jab at Eminem. I never seen a singer take that much jabs at Eminem. Like, I like the part where she tells him, but I'm up in the A, and I'm up at Jermaine's. You so lame, and no one here even mentions your name. You must be the weed, it must be the E, cause you keep popping her, you get it popping. Oh, why you so obsessed with me? Boy, I wanna know. Lying that you're sexing me when everybody knows. It's clear that you're upset with me. Oh, finally found a girl that you couldn't live as. Last man on the earth still couldn't get this. You're delusional, Why you wasting your time? It's confusional, you're confusional. You know what I'm saying? I also like the part where she said, telling the world how much you miss me, but we never were, so why you tripping? She said, you a mom and pop, I'm a corporation, you're a press conference, I'm a press conference, you're a conversation. Ooh, she's low-key spitting, man. She was low-key spitting, and then even in the video, she dressed up as one of his stands. But yeah, man, check it out, man. That's not the best song on this album. You already know the best song on this album is When It's Gone, It's Gone, It's Gone, It's Gone. You're dead wrong, so wrong, so wrong, so wrong. So just skidda-do-do-do, baby. It's a wrap for you, baby. I just love the lyrics, man. Especially when she said, ain't no donuts, ain't no coffee, but a better hold tight. I even like the remix version with Mary J. Blige on the second verse, man. That shit was fire too, man. But yeah, man. If I had to choose, the one album that was the highlight of my 2009. This is one of them, but I'm about to introduce you to the other. Alrighty, y'all. The number one album. But remember, this very fluid of a list. So anything I mentioned before this point could be number one. Because it's so hard to choose because everybody was just mid this year. But if there's one album I keep going back to, it's The Last Kiss by Jadakiss. And only because you have to blame the fact that I spent a lot of my time in high school playing 2K14, and Can't Stop Me was on there, and that was one of the bangers of this album. And then before you know it, I started re-listening to this album, and I'm like, you know what? This is enjoyable somewhat. You know what I'm saying? Especially, like, my favorite tracks off of here are What If by him and Nas, because What If is like, you know, a continuation of what he did with Why. So instead of asking why something happened, he's saying what if something happened or what if something different happened. Like, for example, when he said, what if Big missed the party? What if Pac missed the fight? What if Mike Jackson never would have bleached his skin? Or what if Puff never signed us? What if the Lox would have signed it behind the Suge instead of Puffy? You know what I'm saying? Or stuff like that. And then other good questions like, what if Malcolm was silent? What if Martin was violent? You know what I'm saying? Things like that. And then, like, you know, Nas was like, what if Nas was the biggest thing in rap since Chuck D? You know what I'm saying? Or like, what if I was just another Corey rapper? What if I would have died instead of B.I.G.? Who would tell my story after? Fire bars. You know what I'm saying? Jadakiss never loses a step in lyricism, but like, sonically, and this is a common thing with all these albums that I mentioned, sonically, these albums don't have that sound appeal that years previous had. You know what I'm saying? Like, because really think, man. Any of these years that I did previously in my other in the other videos of this series are far cry from how mid of the year 2009 was. 2008 almost got close for being the most mid, but 2009 definitely takes the cake. This is arguably the worst out of the years I've done in this series. Arguably the worst. But yeah, man. I would have to say 2004 and 2005 share the co-number one spot. And then 2003, and then 2001 is below it. 2000 is like below 2003. And 2001, and then like I would put 2006 where 2000 is, and 2007 could go where 03 and 01 is. You know what I'm saying? And then like 2008 would be just okay, and then this year would be like the definition of mid. So yeah, that's the end of this series, guys. I don't know what series I'm gonna do next because I have a lot of ideas. I could do an NFL most overrated players list, or either that, or I don't know, probably a hood movie list, but you know what I've been thinking about lately? I've been thinking about doing like a top 10 games you played in the hood list. Did you guys like that? But anyways, that's gonna do it for about this video, man. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and a comment and subscribe. Hit the notification button over I upload, and I'll see you all next time if I ever do another list. Until then, take care, y'all. Deuces.